Yay. Hey, Virgo, we're live. So we're going to do your May 2024 intuitive tarot readings. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of Ultra Love, longtime yoga teacher, meditation teacher, and I started reading tarot about 5 years ago. So I'm happy to be here with you all. Thanks for supporting Ultra Love. You can check out the merchandise, and there's lots. There's love tops and hoodies, and go check that out. And subscribe to ultralove.com. That's where I send monthly newsletters. Sometimes I'm amazed. I gotta say, my technology, my computer is about 8 years old. I got it in 2016 and it's slow, but it's still going. And I apologize that the kind of, the pixels or whatever, it's a little fuzzy, but hey ho, hey ho. All of in the messable. Let's get into your reading for May 2024. This is for Virgo, divine guidance and love and clarity for my Virgo lovers. I do resonate. I have a Virgo moon. Whoop. That's popping out for us. Divine guidance and love and clarity, new beginning. There's a message coming in, possibly from a King Cups water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're wanting to make an offer, but it's all in the reverse. I'd wait. There's a material offer, job offer, new beginning. It feels more financially inclined. Like, yeah, I think this is the message. This is the one that I want to go for. Yeah, the King of Cups energy is a burdensome energy that I feel like you're cutting out. And that can just be a way of thinking. That can be a connection to something or someone. Feeling emotionally not as grounded or feeling emotionally manipulative. Like, this is a really burdensome. Yeah, this is a really burdensome energy that I feel like that's part of why maybe you're moving toward generating new pentacle or having a new start in a in a work situation. Yeah, this has a lot to do with you feeling good about yourself, Virgo. This is Virgo does have the shadow of Virgo is being, overly perfectionist. I think of analysis paralysis. I think of like, getting so fixated on the detail that we don't move forward, or that we just like fixate on that thing, right? Or we don't relax, or we don't or nothing's ever good enough, that sort of energy. So this new beginning is sort of an opportunity for you, I think, to overcome some of that, because it's you overcoming Five of Pentacles, like overcoming not feeling enough, not being enough, feeling left out, feeling rejected, not feeling valued for who you are. And so for now, I think there's something about just focusing on that material plane, getting messages or sending messages. Maybe for some of you, it's like going for interviews, just exploring new job opportunities, and then allowing yourself. So this is the thing, is that this opportunity could trigger a feeling of like, oh no, what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't do that? This is connected to a bit of a I'm hearing that expression, like a Debbie Downer energy, like I'm just not good enough, or things never work out for me. But this is a new opportunity for you to be more self-directed, you kind of claiming ownership of your own life. It's so funny. I'm kind of feeling this duality of the Virgo energy of like, you're wanting to offer something and you're not sure if you're good enough, or you're wanting to take an opportunity or go for an opportunity, but you're like, meh, what if I'm not good enough? What if my proposal is not good enough? What if I can't make that happen? And intuitively, again, I feel this is maybe why you're cutting out this burden connected to King of Cups energy. Let's get a little read on that. Yeah, you're wanting to just sort of break free and create a new world for yourself. You're like, I just need to stop maybe putting so much focus on other people, or stop taking so much on from other people. And again, in general readings, you can do what you like with the gender. So this could be a king or a queen. This could be a maternal or paternal figure. This could be somebody that you're relating with. that probably just has been burdensome. It's felt struggly, right? So you're like, I don't think I'm going to take that new beginning. I'm going to move towards a new energy that maybe does frighten me, maybe makes me feel like I'm not good enough, maybe triggers a sense of like, what if it never works out? So you might be sitting with a lot of that kind of duality this month around like, am I good enough? But it looks like you're moving in the right direction. It looks like you're like, I just got to focus on my own sanity. I'm hearing, I just got to focus on my own well-being. I just got to focus on my creative energy and positive outpouring so that I can receive more, beyond, moving beyond the Five of Pentacles, moving beyond the Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Cups reverse, right? So there's something about taking the new beginning can help you overcome feelings of even depression, feelings of like, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't fit in, nobody, things don't work out for me. So there's you taking a new beginning that will help you overcome those energies. Just be mindful that those energies can come up as you're moving toward that energy. And it's a very healing energy. And that might be part of it too, Virgo. It might just be time to take a bit of healing respite. So there's something to the new energy coming in that you are endeavoring to create. It does have a lot to do with your personal equanimity and balance. It's directly connected to that feeling of self-worth and what you're cutting out. On this occasion, I do feel it's more about an aspect of your own consciousness that you're cutting out rather than like just one specific person or a specific situation. What you're cutting out is taking on the burdens of other, taking on the shadows of other, listening to other people's manipulation, listening to other people's emotional stuff, rather than just knowing yourself and being able to like communicate that so that you create equanimity in your relationships, so that you're giving, knowing I'm not going to receive back, or I don't expect to receive back, and then in other situations knowing that you need to receive, right? And Virgo, there's something here about putting the work in. I get a real sense of knowing that you're not afraid to put the work in, because I think that's true. I think you're very capable of putting the work in. But again, the shift, what we're cutting out, is doing work in a way that is absolutely draining. Or the Ten of Wands, doing work for and or with other people that aren't doing that work, which makes us feel like we're doing all the work, right? So there's that imbalance. Six of Pentacles, new world, right? You're going to create a sense of balance in yourself, in your life, in your relationships. I am hearing, this is a priority for you now. This is a priority for you in exacting that sense of like overcoming the inner battle of unworthiness, of no luck, of shadows, things, things that deny our star power, things that deny the true star quality that we are and the service that we're here to provide. There is within the Virgo archetype a service orientation. You gain value from being of service, right? And there again, in a real way, to make things happen, to create, there is that attention to detail that's necessary. There is that sense of a healthy routine. So these are things that you're having to really proactively move towards and create and establish in the real time to support the healing and evolution for more equanimity in your relationships, and thus equanimity in your working life and just your life as a whole. I'm hearing something about like you're tired of shitty offers. And the Temperance energy is you really being dedicated to balancing your energies. And I do get a sense of you doing this. I also get a sense that it's possibly been challenging for you, and that Virgo, it's like just so deeply trusting your inner harmony. And I think that's something that, with all of the various levels of distortions within, the global narratives and, generational stuff, and knowing that here now we're putting the work in to sort of bring about a new spring of mother love, right? Like of inner harmony, which equates also to innocence and playfulness. And this stuff, we can throw around these words, but my God, in this world, it is challenging. And that's where, when we hit up against those challenges, we can default into the shadow. I'm not good enough. It's never going to happen. Taking on too much of other people's stuff. And that's usually energetic, mental, emotional, possibly, right? Hence where shadow work, inner work is often very much equatable to emotional work, sitting with emotions, sitting with her, which again, you can testify that hustle culture and that kind of modern working paradigm doesn't really offer space for rest, play, heal, emotional processing, and then we wonder why eventually within that strained working paradigm, people's bodies start to give out, right? Because we're not living holistically, we're not living seasonally, we're not living in those more divine and kind of harmonious connected ways, right? So yes, you're putting the work in, you're capable of putting the work in, and a lot of it is still about easy, gently, easily, just that. And I'm talking about an inner relationship where you're starting to be kinder to yourself. You're like, okay, just put one foot in front of the other. Just if I do this, then we'll do this. And there's this sort of gentleness and clarity that comes through just that dedication, and simplification of just having to look after yourself, not having to take on burdens from other. And as you face yourself, just to lay down and finally release those, like, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, that whole energy, victimhood, you could say, right? Woo! And then the chariot energy comes through, which is feeling really guided. And this is something too, right? Of this, a chariot energy here is like a calling, a sense of being guided forward, being connected. Like we in the chariot, in the Rider Waite tarot, it's a person, right, riding in the chariot with the steed in front, and the village, and the kind of gates of the castle behind them. And so there is a sense of like having the courage to leave the familiar in the chariot energy, and feeling guided. And I say that again from a grounded perspective of just the moment to moment, day to day. Right now I want to rest. Right now I want to go to the coffee shop. Right now I want to, so this, because there's an inner reflectivity with the world card. It's like a closing off, but then it's a regeneration into something new. So and again, in this reading, Virgo, there's a lot coming up for you. There's you're probably stepping into some new energies, and those new energies are also triggering old energies. But here, if you keep putting the work in, you will eventually discard those old energies just through the work that you're putting in. Let's just get a couple more cards for your reading, my Virgo. Beautiful Virgo lovers. Self-awareness, ascension. So yeah, this is, yeah, again, really just lovely, but grounded, kind of practical, laying down the old shadows, increasing self-awareness with some maybe for some of you, journaling, or again, meditation, going out for walks. It's spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. So just the sudden burst of greenery and more sunshine is just a relief. So, and I'm thinking of yesterday, I ended up flowing and vacuuming, and then you know how you just get in that spring clean mode and you end up kind of doing a deeper clean than you think, or you get around to doing things that you haven't done, or you air out cupboards. And so that kind of energy is definitely active as well. And this energy continues to present itself in the readings too, but cultivating community. You know, Virgo, I do get a sense if you simply really honor you and who you are, stay true to that. I just am getting, I'm almost getting this like pull back, slow down. You know, pull right back and slow right down. And really, really give yourself permission to not feed old constructs or drama where you're not good enough, or you've got to do, I don't know, or you're like martyrdom, you know, like a victim of taking on the wounds of the world, when that's not in the here now reality, when actually there's opportunities here. There's opportunities to overcome and heal some stuff potent and positive, right? And it's deep. I'm thinking that this could be happening for Virgo. If you're a Virgo rising, it would be, yeah, sixth house or eighth house. Actually, eighth house. So yeah, it's deep, investigative work, right? Like you're moving through. I'm saying eighth house because that's the Chiron energy, healing our deeper mysterious things, and or healing our relationship to other in a way that like it's psychological, right? With Chiron, more than likely, like, well, it's all the levels, but they're seated in a kind of psychological wound when we're dealing with the collective aspects of mental health. And you know, this is, I often refer to it as a psycho spiritual wound, right? So this is, and we heal it within the heart space, and of course continuing to heal, we heal in community, and we continue to expand that healed energy via community as well, outreach, right? I just think it's sort of a waveform. It's continuing to happen. But here I'm hearing like self-respect, really, and this is an aspect of like calming the nervous system, really getting to know your needs, yourself, and allowing that natural guidance to move you forward. Again, there's that Ace of Pentacles, that there's an opportunity right here, right now, that I feel like you're wanting to take. You're just having to take your time moving into it, and process and discard of those energies that tell you you're not good enough, or that things will never come off for you, because it's not true. The opportunities are here, and there's that little bit of like creating maybe a bit more sacred solitude, leaning into some of your more equanimous relationships, and or simply clearly communicating rather than just taking on the burden, clearly communicating your needs as well. I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. It's the dawning of a new spring, but it is going to require a bit of work. Hey, when is that not life? Anyway, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful month of May. I look forward to seeing you guys real soon. Feel free to check out the Patreon. And if you feel like these videos can be useful to people, feel free to share them around. Have a great month, Virgo. I look forward to seeing